Hi, I'm Craig, and this is the ninth video in this series about the solar system. And today I'm going to talk about Saturn. Just like Jupiter, as we talked about in the last video, Saturn is a very large planet. It is the second largest planet in the solar system, and just like Jupiter, Saturn is made up of mostly hydrogen and helium. One unique feature of Saturn is its rings around the planet. Other planets have rings as well, but none are quite as spectacular as the rings of Saturn. I will talk more about the rings of Saturn later. Saturn is the furthest planet away that we can see with our eye without needing a telescope. And the planet is named after the Roman god of agriculture. So how big is Saturn? Saturn is 120,500 kilometers in diameter. So the diameter of Saturn is 120,500 kilometers, which is 74,897 miles. This is 9 times larger than Earth, 1.4 billion kilometers away from the Sun, which is 886 million miles. This is 9.5 astronomical units. So it's 9.5 astronomical units away from the Sun. One astronomical unit is the distance between the Sun and Earth. So Saturn is 9.5 times the distance from the Sun than Earth is. So this means that it takes the Sun 80 minutes. So it takes the sunlight 80 minutes to reach Saturn. Saturn has the second shortest day in the solar system. So one day is the time it takes a planet to rotate on its axis. And Saturn, it takes Saturn 10.7 hours to rotate on its axis, but it takes 29.4 years to complete a full orbit around the Sun. So 1 year on Saturn is 29.4 Earth years. The tilt of Saturn's axis, all planets have a slight tilt. The tilt of Saturn's axis, the tilt is 26.73 degrees. That's similar to Earth's. Earth is 23.5 degrees tilt. It is 26.73, which means that Saturn would experience seasons like we do. Saturn has about 146 moons orbiting it. Even though Saturn is unlikely to be able to contain life, it is possible for the moons orbiting Saturn to contain life. Moons like Enceladus and Titan could potentially contain life. The rings on Saturn are thought to be broken up pieces of asteroids and comets and even moons that were heading towards Saturn, but they broke up before reaching the planet due to its very strong gravity. They made up of billions of pieces of rock and ice. Some of the ring particles are very tiny, just like dust particles, and others are as large as houses. And each ring orbits Saturn at a different speed. Saturn's ring system extends to about, so Saturn's ring system extends to about 282,000 kilometers, which is about 175,000 miles. The height of the rings is about 10 meters, or which is 30 feet. So the Cassini Division is about 4,700 kilometers between two sets of rings, which is 2,920 miles. Hi. While editing this video, I realised I didn't explain the Cassini Division properly. The rings of Saturn are relatively close to each other, except for the what they call the Cassini Division, which separates rings B and ring A with a gap of about 4,700 kilometers, which is about 2,920 miles. So you have three rings really close together, and then you have ring B, these three close together, and then ring A further away, and then another three after that. The names of the rings of Saturn were named alphabetically from the first one discovered. So the first ring discovered on Saturn was named A. The second was named B, and then C, D, and E. The closest ring to Saturn is the D ring, then C, then B, then the Cassini Division, then A, F, G, and E. Saturn, it formed when the rest of the solar system formed about 4.5 billion years ago, and about 4 billion years ago it settled into the current position it is in now. So just like Jupiter, Saturn is made up of mainly hydrogen and helium. But at Saturn's core, right in the centre of the planet, at its core, it's made up of metals such as iron and nickel, surrounded by rocky materials and other compounds that are compacted together, that are solidified by intense heat and pressure. Saturn is the only planet in our solar system which has a density less than water, meaning that Saturn is lighter than water. So Saturn would float on water. The planet doesn't have a surface because it's just swirling gases. So if we were to send a spacecraft, we would not be able to land on Saturn. And if we got too close, the extreme pressures and temperatures would melt and vaporize any spacecraft. The magnetic field on Saturn is smaller than Jupiter's magnetic field, but it is still 578 times as powerful as Earth's magnetic field. In the next video, we're going to talk about the next planet, the 7th planet from the solar system, which is Uranus, or would it be pronounced Uranus? Why does it get pronounced in different ways? There may be a good reason for that. So find out in the next video. If you like this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and please share the video with your family and friends, and leave a comment in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.